Yeah, what up, man? You know what? You know where it's at, man. Base boxing basement at Triple B. Remember to like to keep those vile, hateful, bitter haters away. But yeah, you know what? One of the weirdest things has happened. Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. after being beaten up by Jake Paul. Well, not beaten up, but he lost. You know, he lost clearly, to a Disneyland catamite. If you don't know what a catamite is, have a look, right? Disney is corrupt, disgusting, vile, abusive. But so he got arrested by ICE. You know what ICE is? It stands for the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It's part of the Homeland Security, whatever that means, man. But unbelievably, right? Chavez, got nicked. He got nicked by ICE because apparently, he is a member of the Sinaloa cartel, which a big drug dealing cartel. Yeah, he's an illegal immigrant, which is weird because you'd be like, well, surely you've sorted out, his visa because he's boxing Jake Paul. But nah, he was nicked, man. And there's all kinds of charges against him, man. If he's linked with the Sinaloa cartel, then the assumption is that he's involved in drug trafficking. So it could be very serious, man. It could be a serious charge. I mean, it is a serious charge, but it could be a serious time. Talking of which, P. Diddy, that nonce, that greasy nonce whose eyes are way too close together, it looks like he's going to avoid big charges. He's been nicked. He's been found guilty on a couple of smaller charges. He may not do any more time because he's already done 10 months on remand. He's always creeped me out, that sweating weirdo whose eyes are too close together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the crazy thing is, we're not talking about small charges, right? We're not talking about, being in the company illegally, right? We're not talking about, a minor crime, like, beating your wife. But yeah, so the Chavez, there's a warrant in Mexico out for Chavez, and he had connections to these drug cartels. I hate that cringe cliche, cartels, because it makes it seem so much more dangerous. But I'm talking. So this warrant is for organized crime and arms trafficking. Right? Trafficking, his involvement allegedly, I'm quoting here, is organized crime and trafficking firearms, ammunition, and explosives. Now, why would the son of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., a multimillionaire who minces around in high heels and women's clothes, why is he involved in this? I mean, you're not talking about a bum. You're not talking about a street guy. You're talking about a guy who grew up in a millionaire household, right? You're talking about a guy who is a pro boxer who's made millions, and now he has been arrested for trafficking guns, ammunition, and explosives. Why is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. trafficking explosives. It's insane, right? Anyway, there's this quote from ICE. By the way, the American so-called justice system, the police, the immigration service, they are a bunch of degenerate, corrupt, secret society, lying pieces of shit, scumbags. But they said, it is shocking the previous administration flagged this criminal illegal alien, I love that phrase, criminal illegal alien, as a public safety threat, but chose not to prioritize his removal and let him leave and come into our country. I continue to quote, under President Trump, no one's above the law, including world-famous athletes. Right? Our message to any cartel affiliates in the U.S. is clear. We will find you, and you will face consequences. The days of unchecked cartel violence are over. Now, I mean, this is so unexpected. Obviously, I knew he was fruity, I knew he was spoilt. I know he had drug problems. He likes to dance in women's high heels. But he's now been accused, right, of trafficking weapons, explosives, ammunition, cartridges. So what's going to happen now? I don't know, man. I don't know. The thing is about the American so-called justice system is the more money you got, right, the better lawyers you can get, and the less time you'll get. Like that nonce P. Diddy, whose eyes are too close together, way too close together, man. So, what's going to happen to him? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not a legal expert in the American system, but he must be facing years, man, if he's been trafficking weapons and explosives, and he's wanted. The other thing is he's wanted in Mexico, but he's also done crimes in the USA. So, what are they going to do with him? Well, they'll try him in the USA. There'll probably be another trial in Mexico, on Zoom or something, and they'll decide his fate. But it doesn't look good, man. And that's what you get if you're a yayo addict who walks around in high heels and wearing women's clothes. You mess up your life. Why? Because you're a weirdo. But why would anyone that rich, that comfortable in life, choose to enter the dangerous world of weapons trafficking? Well, it's probably something to do with his yayo habit, to be honest. Remember, there's no rhetorical questions on the Triple B. Everything gets answered. I believe the likelihood, I'm guessing here, right? By the way, I'm guessing here, but the likelihood is, this Sinaloa cartel gave him loads of free yayo. Because he admitted to being a yayo addict. And they said, listen, man, either you pay it back in cash money or you do something for us. And Chavez was probably like, yeah, I'll I don't know. I don't want to pay you 200 grand or something. So yeah, I'll do something for you. And that involved weapons trafficking and explosive trafficking. So it'd be very interesting to see how this turns out. But, my main point is the American justice system is not to be trusted. It's as corrupt as you can get. They're all a member of a secret society. I also think Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is a degenerate yayo, women's clothes wearing weirdo. His dad must be ashamed. His dad, the most famous, the best, Macon fighter ever has to put up with his kid wearing women's clothes and high heels, as well as trafficking weapons. It's all very weird, but let's see how it rolls out.